That night, the night our lips met for the first time, something inside both of us shifted. It wasn't passion that filled the air, it was peace. He held me like I was something fragile but precious, and for the first time, I wanted to stay in someone's arms without fear. When morning came, sunlight spilled across the bed like a secret we hadn't meant to tell. He was already awake, sitting near the window with a cup of coffee. When I moved, he turned and smiled, that small, uncertain smile that made my chest ache. "Morning," he whispered. "Morning," I replied, my voice still half asleep, half shy. We didn't talk about what had happened. We didn't need to. Everything had changed quietly, like dawn chasing away the dark without asking permission. The next few days were softer. He started waiting for me at breakfast, asking if I wanted to walk by the shore. We'd stroll barefoot on the wet sand, our hands brushing accidentally, then intentionally. The sea breeze tangled my hair, and he'd reach out gently to tuck a loose strand behind my ear. It was those little things, the stolen glances, the shared silences, that stitched our hearts together. One evening, as the sky burned orange, I was sketching him from across the balcony. He noticed and laughed softly. "Do I really look that serious?" I smiled. "Only when you're pretending not to look at me." He blushed, actually blushed, and I swear, that single look was worth 1,000 confessions. Later that night, we sat on the bed, our shoulders touching, scrolling through the photos from our trip. We laughed at the awkward ones, the blurry ones, and the one where we both looked like we were falling in love, though neither of us said it aloud. Then he looked at me, really looked, and said, "I never thought marriage could feel like this." "Like what?" I asked. "Like peace," he whispered. That word lingered between us, warm and safe. When we returned home, life started settling into quiet beauty. We weren't dramatic or perfect or movie-like. We were just two people learning how to love slowly through coffee mugs, shared chores, and late-night talks about nothing and everything. Sometimes, he'd sit beside me while I painted, reading quietly. Sometimes, I'd make him tea and watch his eyes soften the moment our fingers touched. And one night, maybe weeks later, I caught him staring at our wedding photo on the wall. "You know," he said softly, "I used to think that picture didn't look real. Now it finally does." I walked up behind him and wrapped my arms around his waist. He turned, pressed his forehead to mine, and whispered, "You're the best thing that ever happened to my quiet life." And in that simple moment, surrounded by nothing but silence and heartbeat, I knew. This was love. Not the loud, cinematic kind, but the real one, gentle, patient, healing. We didn't find love on our wedding night. We built it. Piece by piece. Touch by touch. Word by word. And somehow, without realizing when or how, the stranger I married became my home. Dizzy.